YouTube, what is up? It is your boy Shsl Blaze coming at you guys. We got another video. I'm excited about this one because we're playing Buried Stars yet again, ladies and gentlemen. This is like my second time recording this intro because I don't know what is going on in my head right now. I'm like dizzy and stuff like that. So hopefully I'll be able to continue like through this video without stuttering and all that stuff. My mind is just going in all different places, y'all. So go ahead and hit that like button to keep this video in the YouTube algorithm. I would truly appreciate that. You guys have been supporting this series so much, so I don't even have to worry about it, to be honest with you guys. But I just like to remind all of the new people. So if you're a returning person and you're watching this playthrough and you're like, Blaze, I already know to hit the like button. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the new people, okay? The new viewers. Hit that subscribe button too. Let's get into the gameplay, y'all. So we got all of the great characters of Buried Stars in front of us right now. Y'all already know what happened to Chang in the last episode. This man is wild, okay? So what we need to do is figure out what the heck is going on here, all right? He's sus, not gonna lie, we all know that. But the thing about Chang is he's a little too sus, right? He might not be the murderer because of that. So I don't know, we'll just have to see. So let's call somebody like we always do. Let's go into the phone and let's talk to Min. Good old Min. See what she's got to say. What do you think? We shouldn't jump to any conclusions. I agree with that. He'll answer the questions, but I won't fully trust them. I agree with that too. You know, this industry is full of people backstabbing one another. It's not just this industry. That's just life, okay? But we need to distinguish the truth from assumptions. Why does men speak such facts? Do you think this is just a rough assumption? I don't know. I can't think straight right now. I should have checked Fader. Okay. Good old Min. Min's always got great things to say. So let's go into Fader before we talk to everybody, because that's what you got to do. Because you got to get all of the comments or whatever, or the question marks or whatnot. So let's start from the bottom. Let's see what we got. One thing for sure, they are doing a poor job of managing the staff. Beastar's official account apologized for sharing a comment criticizing Seo. All contestants, including Seo, stopped using Fader. That makes me nervous. Beastars really sucked. My boy Han. Okay, I think we've already seen all of this. We've seen this. What is this? Seo won't stop using Fader unless his wrist was broken, so he could be heavily injured or dead now, considering 2 hours have passed. Let me guess, only Seo was injured by further collapse? The contestants are moving together. How was it possible only Seo was wounded? Something must be happening there. Seo said someone warned him, and he said he would disclose something, but he clammed up suddenly. You call this a coincidence? Somebody must have zipped his mouth with the excuse of fake shin. That person is definitely onto something. I was looking up on the name of the survivors online and found out that Chang was one of the Scoop production staff. What is Scoop? What the heck is Scoop? He was hired by Shin. I think it's correct. What's the photo of a man being shared now? Oh, the floor director of Beastars? One of the survivors, that guy with green hair. I think he's the same guy who annoyed me so much when I went to watch the show live. Yeah, that guy with glasses who ran away was the floor director. What? I think I've seen the floor director of the photo. I'm just wondering, but would anyone search for contestants of Beastar Season 2? My home internet is so slow. Boy, you better get new internet. I got that gigabyte internet, you feel me? Anyways, Masstown said, thanks that the guy is the man who made a scene on the stage complaining of being eliminated from the preliminary stage. Dang, he remembers that? An eyewitness testified that they knew who Chang was. According to them, Chang was a contestant in a previous season of Beastars who was a real eyesore after his elimination, so he was throwing a fit. Wow, you remember a guy eliminated from the preliminaries a few years ago? That's what I'm saying. I should get on Masstown's good side, right? No. He was being so arrogant in an interview, saying he was majored in the applied music, and he threw tantrums after being eliminated. Okay, so he's a smarty pants about music. He was a bit notorious, so there might be clips about him. Can you really major in music? Does anybody have a music degree? Is anybody going to college for music? I'm kind of curious about that. She is LOL. You? LOL. That's a damn funny name. ROTL. What? What's going on? I just saw something creepy. This is known as a photo of O's stalker. Isn't he the floor director guy? Click on that. Eyewitness account of having seen Chang in public. Fans took several photos of Chang lurking around O, which is pretty creepy. I started to watch B-Stars from the season, so I don't know the whole story, but I heard Shsl brought in all staff to produce the show. Shsl was notorious even when she was a producer for an investigative program in the past. I heard she brought the same staff from the show to B-Stars. No wonder why there's so much exposure in B-Stars now. Old fans of B-Stars didn't like season 4, saying it was completely changed. Many fans objected to Shsl coming to the B-Stars show, but it couldn't be helped. The show is doomed to disappear, but we must do something. B-Stars is the only audition show to help would-be stars make their debut. Interesting. Dang, not in just one photo, but in several photos. I just saw something creepy. Who is the floor director known to be with other contestants? Is he okay? I think 80% of accidents at B-Stars are caused by the staff. Whoa, what was that? Something must be happening in there. Seo said someone warned him, and he said he would disclose something, but he clammed up suddenly. You call this a coincidence? Somebody must have zipped his mouth with the excuse of fake Shsl. Let me guess, only Seo was injured by further collapse. The contestants are moving together. How was it possible only Seo was wounded? Looks legit. Shsl shouldn't have directed the B-Star show. All the decent contestants were eliminated, leaving only dull members. All these members are dull? Hold up, I'm behind. What do you mean? I'm not dull. Why digging into the staff's past? Just saw the pictures. Looks fishy enough. Who's Woong and Inchul? Are family swindlers? 8 years ago, her father, Inchul, gathered a group of investors for his self-proclaimed business. He frequently showed his daughter's photo during his business presentation session, claiming that he dreamed of running a business that he would be proud to pass down to her as his business successor. My father and other neighbors invested their money as suggested by that guy because nobody expected that he would commit fraud, particularly in the name of his daughter. Her father persuaded a group of people to invest in a very promising business and actually paid some dividend to them for a while, but after some time, he disappeared with all the money. My father lost his home to foreclosure. Oh, that's sad. In desperation, he drank all day at home, and one day he was found dead in the street. Oh my God, what is going on? I saw a post in my school bulletin. The guy with green hair introduced himself as a reporter and interviewed about Lee's club activities. The sales attacker made him shut his mouth. Anyone can guess who the attacker is. Do we even need to mention the name? Our whole neighborhood fell apart a few years later. Her father got caught, but he already hid all the money somewhere else. Who is this? But her father was caught. All creditors sought for his wife and daughter to find out hidden money and assets, but they couldn't since his wife and daughter already changed their names and moved to other places. Oh, this is O's father. When O was on TV, I couldn't believe my eyes. 8 years has passed and she changed her name. Wait, and hair color? But she must be you. Whoa, what? I asked B-Stars for facts, but they simply answered that they would sue me if I spread any rumors. Whoa, that's a whole backstory. Did she expect no one would recognize her as she had changed her name and hidden her past? Excuse me? Someone revealed that O was the daughter of a swindler who had committed a serious crime 8 years ago. She was harshly blamed for hiding her past to enter the audition. Wow, that's what she looked like. That's O. Oh my God. Guys, what in the world? The staff of B-Stars didn't do any background check on her. A criminal and his daughter, for God's sake. Who do you think zipped Thug Seo's mouth? There's only one who could do that. Wow. I broke up with her a million years ago and I don't want an interview. So please stop asking me, who are you talking about? I hear the name I hate so many times today. Don't poke my sore memories. Unlike someone, I never been in such a blind love. My fault? She cried and laughed however she wanted. She demanded too much from me every single day. Was I supposed to satiate her endless greed? Is that Min? The entrepreneur who was rumored to be Min's lover wrote a post. He broke up with her due to her mood swings and gold digging, and he demanded everyone to leave him alone. What the heck? Yo, this is getting deep. Everyone except Min's fans know what Seo was going to expose. She went out of touch with the others after her love scandal. I know she tried to come back after it was pretty much forgotten. Tried to squeeze money out of a geezer and failed to do that. Now she runs out of money, so she gloriously came back. Seo has nothing to complain either. He got knocked down because he underestimated Run Min Run. What is this, y'all? What is happening? I live in Gwangju. The guy on O's photo looks like a man that I saw in Bangseon Dong last month because he was asking around to look for a certain cafe. Very tenacious. I forgot the name of the cafe he was looking for though. I asked him who he is, and he didn't give me a satisfactory answer. I suspected him to be a stalker, so I called the police, but they simply said they would enforce their patrol, and that was about it. What? Yo, things are blowing up right now. Didn't Fake Shin say that Min did a part-time at a cafe and she signed up for the Gwonju preliminaries? What? That's him. I remember. He frowned at the cheering pickets for Seo. He asked us to put aside all pickets saying they can block passage. Chang left a bad impression on the fans who attended the open broadcast. Those fans seemed to share something about him. After that, he used the official account to post a slandering comment against Seo, causing rage among his fans. He was the floor director. What? Floor director has endless strange stories. He did it to us too. He wasn't targeting certain fans, but he was born neurotic, I think. I don't understand why he chose to work on Beastars if he doesn't like passionate fans. What in the world? Yo! There's so much here. All this evil started when the CEO declared that Beastars Season 4 would be on the air and entrusted the job to Shin. Considering he gave up that job, so you can see how bad it was. As I was reminded of him, I'll tell you more. I quit working at the WBS broadcasting station. Beastars was my last job there. Oh, so he participated in Beastars before LOL, then I can understand him a bit. Why are you talking about Chang? He is Fake Shin. What? Shin, okay. Looks like he finished Seo off because Seo tried to threaten O with something. God, there's just so much this time. We couldn't say anything because we just followed what the floor director instructed. She said nothing more about that, but she was in a very bad mood, apparently taking it out on him. Chang was severely scolded and condemned by Shin even in front of other people. That's a motive right there, huh? I have so many things to disclose, but I can't tell more. I don't want to be sued. First, I was so terrible that worked so well. I feel ashamed of working in broadcasting business. Oh, man. Jeez. There's just so much. The floor director didn't do much work on the stage. Most of the time, he was out on duty or got on by the producer. But after getting scolded by Shin, he took it out on his subordinates. His nickname was Notebook Guy. He wrote down everything to report to Shin. So he was a snitch. They call him a gopher, but that's a snitch. Okay, Notebook Guy, that's funny. He always had O's photos and clips stored on his personal tablet. That's what we haven't seen yet, is the tablet. We need to talk about this tablet to him. All right, I think that's it though. I think that's everything on Fader. Let's just kind of browse through here real quick. I think that's everything though. Should be. You got to get all of the question marks, y'all. They're all important for the story. Okay, we're good. Let's talk to O and see what's up. Oh man, we got a ton of things that we could talk about. Testimonies, past laundering, scandal. Dang. All right, let's talk about the scandal. They're just rambling. What? I would have believed that nonsense if it were a year ago. But not now. I'm speaking from experience. Okay? Min joined the audition so that she could somehow get back on the stage. You know that, right? Oh, and Han locked eyes. I know, and I saw her. All that nonsense he's blabbling on about has nothing to do with Min. Look at O's happy. That's my boy. He's playing dirty, since she can't refute anything right now. Talking about mood swings. He's out to get her. She would never date a jerk like him. I'll make him pay for his bullshit once I get out of here. We need to take good care of her first. You need to take good care of her yourself first. Or you need to take good care of yourself first. Me. Who are you worrying about, kid? I'm worried about you, Oh. I love you. Let's talk about the witness backstage. That was very unpleasant. How come nobody told me about that? I had no idea what was going on. Oh suddenly stopped while biting her lip. What's the matter with you? The photos, videos. Is that it? About what? He gave me tons of advice for nearly everything. About walking, talking, my hair, facial expressions, dancing, and even singing. He talked about how I should change and how I should do things better. Watching her footage could have been done to monitor her. Possible if he was observing her carefully. He wasn't that much interested in the other contestants. He meddled with her far too much. I'm gonna go with that one.
違うんじゃないか。
He was trying to control every aspect of you.
でしょ?
Yes, I'm sure he was doing that to you, Min, or Lee. He wasn't doing that to you, Min or Lee. But with me, he tried to micromanage everything. Oh, gulped and continued.
これはどうかな?
I'll tell you what happened. It was at the end of the preliminaries. I came down after the rehearsal, and he approached me from behind the stage. He said I needed to change my clothes and makeup. What the heck? He said he already prepared new ones for me. That's creepy. It wasn't from Shin?
あ、そう.
No, it wasn't. He said he had an idea for me. What the heck? He said Shin wouldn't notice the minor change. Oh braced herself with both arms. He even stopped my interview and made them do it again from the start. He said some of my speech didn't fit my character concept. He even told me what gestures I should make. Even the camera crew was getting sick of him. He's never done that to me before. So did you go along with it?
とにかく
I said I would, but I never did. Now I know he was able to make comments about everything I did. He's been watching me, always. Chang tried to micromanage Oh in every way, from her stage costume, speech, behaviors, and even little hand gestures on the excuse of helping her as a staff member. This guy was doing the most, bro. We can't be having that. Not at all. Not at all. Let's talk about the past laundering. Maybe we'll get some backstory. I want to deny it, but my chin is shaking. What? I ended up here after all. Oh clicked her tongue. She looked very pale. So, was it worth hiding it?
いや、
But you had nothing to do with the whole thing.
あれ?
What does it have to do with this? You saw the post, right? To summarize, it was concealing your identity. That you changed her name to O and pretended to be someone else. And that she's been laughing and giggling at the audition. Oh. It's a relief to hear you still call me that. What do you mean? You are O. Mom divorced him after he went to prison, and I changed my family name to match hers. Oh. I changed everything I could after joining the show. So she's not proud of what her father did. She's not proud of it at all. Her previous name was Yu. She changed her name and took her mother's last name, who had gotten divorced when her husband went to prison. Oh. I guess I underestimated this world. It would have been weird if I didn't get caught. O put her hand on her forehead and let out a long sigh.
あのさ、
Let's think about the outside world later. For now, we should focus on what's at hand here.
あれ?
But what about the mess we have here? Han didn't know what to say. O smiled with a grim look on her face.
わかった.
Stop stuttering. I already know. I know where we stand, and I'm focusing on the present. Oh, we got a report of it. Hey, it's been a minute.
私の昔の名前.
We did get some
生まれる前から
backstory. Let's
つけ
get
てたんだ
it.
って.
My previous name. They gave me that name even before I was born.
朝尾、息子が欲しいっていう強烈な願いが感じられるでしょ?
And Pilawung. You. Pil means must, and Wung means a male. They must have wanted a son badly, huh? Oh, wait,
今は
what?
国かだけどな。
Well,
苦しい
you are
国
O now.
くにかだからね.
Yeah, it's a meaningful name to me. O lowered her head to see her own feet.
いつまでも
Aw,
親しみ
look at
があっ
her.
て魅力あふれるって意味なの.
いいな。
自分でつけたのよ.
Ina means a clear river.
かっこよくないのは嫌だもの.
I wanted to let go of all the ugliness in my life through the river.
こうなったらクズキ
Oh,
に
no.
改名するしかないか.
Now that my life's all messed up, I'd better rename myself to Sinha.
こうなったらってなんでだ。
Messed up how? Why do you even think that way? Sin?
全部めちゃくちゃになって崩れたんだもの. もう
Yeah.
何もかもダメになっちゃった.
Because my life is full of sins now.
国かってお前が自分で書いた名前だよな。ダメになったかどうかまだわか
Inha
んないぞ。
is a beautiful name, and that's what other people say.
肯定的なの? それともお坊さんなの?
Is that a cynical joke? Or are you a super positive person?
決心して変えたんだろ名前
You should have been real determined to change your name to Inha.
大した考えでしたんじゃない。
Not a big deal.
あいつがくれたものは一つも残したくなかったの。
I just didn't want to inherit anything from my dad. I can understand that after hearing about her dad. Her eyes glared.
話し方から髪型、顔、仕草まで全部変えたわ。
I changed everything. My hair, face, gestures, even the way I talked.
クルーのメンバーたちにも全然私のこと話してないし。
I didn't even tell my crew members about it.
田中プロデューサーって敏腕だよね。どうやってあんな風に。
Shin was not an ordinary person for sure. How did she even...
プロデューサーは知っていたのか
She knew about your past?
あっちから言われたのか知ってるって
Did she tell you that she knew it?
いや、インタビューされて私が言ったの。
No. I revealed it myself during an interview with her.
二人きりだとそうなっちゃったの。不思議にもね。
When there were just two of us. Somehow I felt like telling her my secret. Strange.
であっちは
So
なんて
what
言っ
did,
てた
so what did she say?
応援して私の味方になってくれたよ。
She encouraged me.
気持ちはわかる。よく来たって。勇気を出せって言ってくれた。
Told me how she understood my situation and supported me.
感動的なシーンだったよ。今になって考えても。
Looking back, it was such a touching moment.
でも、このままじゃ物足りないって言ったの。
But she said I lacked something.
もっと覚悟を決めて、完全に生まれ変わろうって。
She said I should make a full commitment to turning into a totally different person.
それがベリスタの星野国香なのか
So that's how Inha's character was made in Beastars?
完全なる変身だったの。
It was a complete transformation.
以前の山
Wow.
口浅尾を知っている人が
This is
気づかない
crazy.
くらいにね。
Not even my acquaintances could recognize me.
相手は演出の意図通りに動くキャラクターを。私は完璧に変わった自分を手にすることにしたのよ。
Shin had a certain character good for her show, and I needed a new start in my life.
言っちゃえば、私たちは取引をしたわけ。
So we made a deal. Inha revealed her past to Shin. Shin offered her an opportunity to transform her life and career at the cost of her strict adherence to the show's concept. Wow, what backstory, bro? Okay. She told Shin about her past after joining the audition. Shin sympathized with her and suggested a complete transformation. Shin is a lifesaver if you think about it. I mean, as much as people didn't like her, she really did help out some of these contestants. Let's talk about the testimonies.
ありえる？
One more coincidence. He might be sitting in my bedroom next. Don't say that. It can't be a coincidence.
当然でしょ。
Of course not. It's ridiculous. Gave me the chills when I saw the enlarged photo. I never thought revealing the list and photos would lead to this. We would have never known if it weren't for the list of survivors. It's a good thing we can get any unclear thing straight or something abnormal. Inha isn't doing well either. Let's go with the right one. Something abnormal.
どうだ
I'm nervous. I'm also worried about how you feel. As soon as we took Big Shin out of the picture, another problem arose.
そうね。
Well, it's true we are at a disadvantage.
あの
You sometimes act on impulse before we can stop you.
違う。
I won't do it if you stop nagging at me.
もし
What if the situation gets worse?
わかんない。
Well then, I have no idea. Oh shook her head with a blank look on her face. I just hope this isn't the worst case scenario I've been envisioning.
え
What's the worst case scenario?
そうじゃないと思う。
I can't say it out loud. Any single word could become my reality. We need to end this before it gets to that. This atmosphere and the isolation. Okay, what else do we have here? Let's talk about the audition history.
違うよ。
I don't think he tried to hide his audition history. I mean, he's not obligated to reveal his past as a former contestant. That's true. It was a painful memory to him, not something he'd be proud of.
けど、
What's important is the present, not the past. That's a good point. The problem is that the present is what's bothering me.
だから
He became even more defensive after his past was revealed.
それは
I can understand that. He could be tangled up with all kinds of other things. Oh, lightly kicked the floor with the heel of her shoe. With her
だけ
shoe.
どさ
But it's certainly not the time to exercise his right to remain silent. He needs to answer us to continue our discussion. I agree with that. It's not like we could turn him upside down and shake the truth out of him. I wish we could. I wish we could. Let's talk to Min. What we got here? Let's talk about the eyewitness.
それが
Someone said he hovered around the contestants. If that's true, why did he do it?
あの
Do you want to know the reason? Min put her hand by her face and paused to think.
それは
Does it really have to be Chang? If it's true, it means a production crew member was involved in the field work. Maybe because of Shin's order? Then it must have been hard to refuse it. Maybe he volunteered to do that. It didn't have to be Chang. Let's go with this one.
多分
If Shin gave the order, he couldn't have refused it. But I can't imagine why though.
そうかしら
It's possible that he was following an order from Shin. It might have been out of the scope of his normal work, but once an order is given, it's his job to finish it. Min's gaze turned to Han again.
それが
Did the show want more information about contestants? I thought what they showed was enough. We don't know what Shin had in mind. So I guess Chang is the only one who can answer our questions then. What else do we have here? Let's talk about maybe the gopher? Yeah, let's go with that.
それは
Chang always carried that notebook with him. Yep, we know about that. You can't fabricate that kind of story just by looking at photos on Fader. It was apparently ill-intended though. Min's gaze wandered.
大丈夫ですか
You okay, Min?
私の考え
Something
は
comes to mind, although it might be irrelevant. What is it? One of the eliminated contestants told me that Chang once made a very rude remark. Really? He just gave advices? Chang was very attached to the show. Big problem if it is true. No right to verbally offend them to that extent. I agree with that. What's the point? That's a problem if it's true. It's not Chang's job to condemn others, and the guy was already eliminated.
それが
It wasn't even related to his work. He was waiting for the bus to go home after the list of those eliminated was announced.
あの時
That's when Chang approached him and told him that he was ugly and his voice was horrible. Yo, that's terrible. Seriously? Is someone already eliminated? Min nodded after a brief pause. It was during Super Week. I'm not sure if you remember. That little chubby guy? Chang also added that if he didn't have talent, he should have made some connections. So Chang kept mocking him until the bus came.
もしかして
Did he tell you himself? Yes.
そうね
He contacted me during the finals. He also said Chang was looking at his notebook even while mocking him. There it is again, the notebook. I know our personalities are diverse, including the good with the bad. But Chang didn't have to treat him like that. He should have kept it professional. Chang criticized contestants that had been eliminated. He sarcastically remarked that those with talent need to find ways to pull strings behind the scenes. This dude is mean, bro! He is completely mean! No wonder why I didn't get along with him in my first playthrough. Let's talk about the public criticism.
あなたは
Were you aware? Aware of what? Shin reprimanded Chang in front of others.
いや
No, I didn't know. Shin preferred to deal with the contestants one at a time.
まあ
She always talked to each of us separately in person. I thought she did the same to the staff. Min turned her grim gaze toward the stage. I had no idea what was going on in this place. I thought I was pretty close with some staff members.
そうなんですか
Maybe he thought it was unnecessary to tell us.
間違いないわ
I think you're right. He wasn't sure if we should side with Shin or the staff.
いえ
No, he didn't tell us because he thought we were on Shin's side. Oh. What about the scandal?
どうして
I'm at a loss for words. Oh, she didn't know? A serious relationship? Mood swings? Gold digging? Min bit her lips so hard that blood started to ooze out. Dang! We biting our lip that hard? Min, it's just their conjecture.
あなたは
So what about you? Which side are you on? Rather neutral, everyone has a reason. On Min's side, he watched her all along. I'm going with that.
そうです
I'm on your side. I'm not your childhood friend, but I've known you enough through this audition.
わかるでしょ
I don't believe any of that. Yeah. You are better than the friends I've had for a long time. A dark shadow briefly passed over Min's face. That fader post is a lie. What really happened was... It was an offer for a sugar daddy. Oh, wait, whoa, hold up. That's Queen. From that businessman?
そう
Yeah, that guy sent word to my agency's boss, and he passed it on to me. That's like the fourth or fifth time I've heard something about sugar daddies today. His agency was nearly bankrupt, and his forecast of the market was completely off. My group members tried hard to survive, but couldn't change the situation. He gave me the offer before our agency went bankrupt.
一体
Why would the agency ask you such bullshit?
それは
He tried to
そうだ
persuade me by saying that we'd worked so hard to get there and we shouldn't stop. He said he trusted me and he begged me to accept the offer even though I might be reluctant. What a
そ
weirdo.
れは
That is such bullshit.
そうよ
Yes, it's absurd, right?
あの時
But back then I accepted it. Oh, she did? The love scandal was about a sugar daddy. Min accepted the proposal due to the urgent request of the CEO of her agency, believing that was the only way to protect her dream. That sucks. She was stuck between a rock and a hard place. When Min was done talking, she took a step back. I'll tell you the end of the story when I'm ready. All right. Well, let's talk to Chang, the man, the myth, the legend. You gotta love this guy. Do you like this guy? I don't. All right, let's ask him about the eyewitness.
わかりました
I'll try to explain what happened. Okay. I'm all ears. Shin asked me to check on the finalists and I did. Okay. You checked on us.
それが
Just casually. Nothing serious. Remember how Seo tried to hide his criminal record? Okay. She wanted to validate the stories that you guys shared with the production crew. Chang wiped the sweat under his nose with a shirt sleeve.
でも
And she also asked me to conduct some interviews. I don't believe this guy. There was nothing special, so I don't really remember anything. Why assign Chang to validate it? Well, yeah, why him? Why would a floor director conduct interviews? Yeah, that's so random. I'm gonna go with this one. Let's just ask him a
あの
question.
さ
Why did she ask you to do such a thing? You're a floor director. Why would she send you out there to cross-check our stories?
何がですか
For one simple reason. My boss gives me an order, I follow it. What? And there's nothing particularly special about a request to double-check stories. I just wandered around asking a few questions.
わかるだろ
But you already crossed the line by doing that.
違いますが
I showed you that it wasn't anything serious and that I don't remember anything now.
違うんじゃない
That's not the point, Jack. See, you're not listening. Boy, I knew it. I'm done talking about this now. I can't stand this guy. Chang collected rumors about the contestants and conducted interviews with their acquaintances following Shin's order, but he said he couldn't remember much about that since he didn't get any significant information. I can't stand this guy. Ugh. Makes me so mad.
なんでですか
How is that a problem? It was the stage footage, and I was just monitoring it. And what's wrong with me being a fan?
知りません
I don't understand why they are bringing this up. Chang held his hands together and shuddered.
あの
Chang, you need to calm down first.
相葉さん
Calm down. Think about it. I'm so pissed off at Fader. They should have said something if they didn't like what they saw. They know I'm stuck in here after the accident. Talking about what's what and who's suspicious. They're just busy running their mouths. People try to frame innocent me when they don't know a thing about me. It was a bit excessive. There were some unreasonable speculations and blame as well. Because he was seen in O's photos, that was where suspicion began to grow. I'm gonna go with this one.
そうだ
It was a bit excessive. I'll try to filter out excessive accusations and criticism.
だからです
Right. Don't overdo it. It's like trying to frame someone from the get-go. If we get tricked, it will just create more confusion. That's true. I only did what I was told to do, but they are accusing me as if I attacked Seo. And stalking O? No, they are framing me. You need to do something about this. But I don't need to do squat. I need to do squat about this. What are you talking about, boy? Let's talk about the public criticism.
そんなところでしょ
It's no secret. Everyone saw it. It didn't matter where or when. Why are you smirking like that? Chang snorted at Han, who seemed hesitant. I wasn't the only one. She reprimanded all the staff members. Shin wasn't tolerant at all, especially during the finals. Just one mistake and the show was a bust.
認めます
Anyone would be pissed off.
俺は
Chang, that's about it. Nothing special to it. Didn't expect she would go that far, feeling embarrassed and sorry. Why did you bear with that? Couldn't think of asking for help? Let's go with this one. I didn't know it was that bad. I'm feeling embarrassed.
知りません
It's a mystery why you guys never saw it. I guess you guys had no interest. You're probably right. I'm sorry.
相葉さん
Thank you. Even if you didn't really mean it.
でも
But that has nothing to do with the situation at hand. I just want to make one thing clear. What's
それ
up?
は
What's that? Shin did walk all over me. But I never held a grudge against him,
仕
her.
方ないですね
Everything happened during work. In my head, there was a clear line. Chang admitted that he was often scolded by Shin, but he had no grudges against her because it was all about his poor work performance. I don't know what to really say about that, guys. I still think he would hold a grudge against her.
それが
That's a coincidence.
あの
Chang, are you going to keep repeating the same thing?
相葉さん
Are you going to believe me if I tell you more? Probably not. I went to Busan on some business before the finals began. Okay. What business?
そんな
Do I have to tell you about that too? Busan is not a small city at all.
悔しいです
Maybe I went somewhere that happens to be near O's home. Why? Chang admitted that he was the man in O's photo, but he said it was just a coincidence that the photo was taken while he was passing by. Chang bit his lip. That's a
認
lie.
めます
Anyhow, I did some monitoring because I ran into her by chance. Everyone watched the stage for a show. The staff is no exception, right? I might be able to discover new aspects from her away from the stage. That's all I can say about the photo. Too many coincidences, nothing is clearly explained. Sounds more like tailing. The extent of monitoring is the issue here. Let me go with the right one.
それは
It's the same as tailing someone. Monitoring? What was the scope? I don't care if you don't like me, boy. I knew you'd say that. It's just having various perspectives to see if there's an element that could give more richness to the character. Everyone wants to show only the proud parts of themselves, but realistically, that's not
も
possible.
しかして
Are you sure you didn't go to Busan to monitor her?
違いますけど
I told you from the beginning that it was a coincidence.
そして
And I monitor other contestants as well. I just want to point out that it wasn't anything special. Guys, I am getting so upset right now. Like, this guy is making me so mad. Let's talk about the audition history.
やっとわかりました
Now
よ
I understand why people say Fader's a scary world.
そうだったな
You said it was season 2.
はい
Yeah, it's been about 4
こん
years.
なはずじゃ
I thought everyone would have forgotten by now. Man, the internet doesn't forget, bro. I was wrong. The internet crowd could find out about any contestants regardless of their talents. Chang quietly fiddled with his bag strap with a grim look on his face. And just keeps on coming. Why didn't you tell us earlier? I never heard about it before. Challenge the audition again? Considering his hovering around the show? Let's go with this one.
あのさ
Why didn't you tell us earlier?
はい
That's nothing to be proud of. Do you know what happened after failing in the preliminaries? No. Chang stared coldly at Han, who looked bewildered. I complained and made a big fuss about it, and it was all on TV. It was horrible. I'm even ashamed to talk about it myself. Chang was eliminated in the preliminaries of Beastars Season 2. A humiliating clip about his elimination was broadcasted. I came back here somehow as a staff member, but I have no other regrets. I just came to see what I could do. Chang firmly shook his head. This isn't important, right? Let's talk about something else. Chang competed on the second season of Beastars, but joined the production staff after being eliminated. He said he has no more dreams about auditioning. Is anybody else getting mad about Chang, or is it just me? I think it's not just me. All right, let's go with the eyewitness. Come on, Lee, tell me something new. They have been saying all kinds of things ever since the survivors list with the photo and name came out. This isn't the situation I expected. Lee covered his mouth and paused for a moment. Things we're hearing now, do you believe them? Can't tell it's 100% credible. Some of them have no proof. Can't help but believe it right after his face and name were revealed. Let's go with this one. We have to believe them to a certain extent. They came out after his face and name were exposed. I think some of them deserve credibility. About half of them must be nonsense, though. Lee put his hand on his forehead and raised his head again. But if some of them turn out to be true, Chang might know more about us than we think. Do you think he ever showed it unknowingly while in here? Maybe? Han paused to think while staring at Lee. When Seo called us one by one to blackmail us, he said he knew what Seo was going to say. Chang said that? He said he knew why O was feeling anxious. Lee stared into the air while rubbing his chin. Given the circumstances, they don't sound like groundless rumors. Chang claimed that he could guess what Seo was going to threaten, as if he knew why O was so nervous. Okay. Let's talk about... what else do we have here? The public criticism, maybe? I saw the post too. He said he used to work for Beastars. He was gleefully lashing out at Chang. I almost felt bad for Chang. I thought Chang and Shin had known each other for a long time. I was surprised to see him with so little authority and stature. It's like there was nothing he could do on his own. Maybe all this criticism toward him resulted from Shin's orders. He must have been on leave, or maybe he was following Shin's order. Let's go with this one. He could have been following Shin's orders. If she was that coercive and as bossy as you and those fader posts describe. He believed that he did what he wanted, which means he's already brainwashed. Brainwashed? Brainwashed to obey Shin and her unreasonable orders. That's why he keeps complaining about his job. When you start to believe that defiance is to no avail and that you can't escape, your ego will start to identify yourself with your perpetrator. I'm speaking from experience. Okay. Lee shook his head, then looked at Han again. I can only speculate in the case of Chang, but a man who loses his free will could not tell the difference between his own thoughts and his perpetrator's orders. Let's talk about maybe the past laundering with O. Whether it's true or not, children are not like their parents. You can't denounce a child from their parents' wrongdoings. That's true. Unless the child knew what their parents were doing and went along with it. I agree with that. I agree. I'm worried about O. If it's true, she must be feeling conflicted. Family matters can arouse feelings of ambivalence, and even more so in her case. Ambivalence? Does that mean she might still have a bit of affection for her father? After a brief silence, Lee slowly nodded. Maybe, right? Well, at least in my case, yes. Just like a reaction to my childhood, it leaves me with confusing memories. Immature maybe, but I think it's the same for most of us. I agree. Everyone has ambivalent feelings towards their family. He now feels that his hostility towards his father was childish. Forget about the confusing memories. I'm just worried about O. You're right. It's not like we can refute or explain the rumors from here. If this continues, it's dangerous, I think. Okay. Well, we have everything we need. I think we should continue on with the story. Let's do it. Got a new character profile and everything from Lee's conversations. All right, I think we're good. There was an awkward silence. The conversation wouldn't be enough to ease the tension. What should I do? Reconciled with one another? Hand in hand? Cross the barrier? The explanation is far from enough. Make your choice. If it's okay to skip it. Or if it's better to clear things up. The point is, we don't want any more trouble. That's great. That's a good point. I know. Then go ahead and do your thing. We aren't getting anywhere with this. What do we do now? We have two options. Resolve the conflict by getting to the bottom of this? Or just let it be and wait for the rescue team to arrive? Do you think it's possible for us to let it be? Even as we speak now, things just keep surfacing. We can't just let it slide. But this isn't going anywhere, even if we talk about it. We need to sort things out at least. If someone keeps dodging, you just have to stick your head in. I'll ask again as I review your story. If you tell us the truth, the doubts will disappear. Good points. Chang raised his head when Han came forward. What? Hey, look at his face! I'd like to summarize the things you just said. I've been telling you all this time. Well, it's not like I have any other option. Things keep surfacing, and it's confusing everyone. I would like your frank answers. Where do I start? Chang closed his mouth and adjusted his posture. Okay, what do we got? Ask Chang for further explanation regarding some questionable issues. Past history, we got the monitoring, we got looking for interview, and then business. Let's go with... Ooh, I don't know. Maybe the monitoring? Chang, in O's photos, he said he was on leave and saw her there by coincidence. That he was just fulfilling his duties as a staff member by checking up on her, just as he would for any other contestant. What Chang did was not just monitoring. There were clearly posts that suggested the opposite. To refute that he was only monitoring O, interference, Chang tried to micromanage O in every way from her stage costume. Oh yeah, definitely this one. Definitely this one. You said you were monitoring O after you saw her in the street coincidentally. What about it? You got yourself involved in her audition in many ways. You tried to micromanage her behaviors in many cases. Oop. Is that a problem? I was just assisting the contestant. I'm not saying it's a problem. But you talked as if you were doing that to all the other contestants. But you weren't monitoring everyone else fairly since your target was only one contestant. Oh, he's mad. He's big mad. Chang slowly dropped his eyes. Do you think people always walk the talk?
いや、でも今ははっきり言ってほしい。
Not always, but you need to clarify your point on this one. Special keyword! Chang showed way more interest in O than any other contestants. His behavior towards her was very unusual.
別の話をしてみよ
Let's move on to other topics. Let's do it. What do we got? Past history, monitoring, looking for interviews, or business. Let's do the interview one.
う。ナオトが出演者の周辺をうろついていたのは調査のためだと言っていた。
People testified that they saw Chang gathering information about the
行
contestants.
き過ぎた点はないし、今はほとんど覚えていないと。
He said he never crossed the line while collecting the information and couldn't even remember what he had collected.
はぐらかそうと言っただけだ。
He only said it to avoid the confrontation.
確か逆の話があった。
There were clearly posts that suggested the opposite. We have interference, early recognition, and insulting dropouts. Let's do early recognition. Yeah.
出演者の身辺を調べたけど、今はほとんど覚えてないと言ってたな。
You said you asked around about the contestants but can't remember them anymore, right?
それが何か。
What about it?
ユーマが何を暴露するか、見当がつくって言ってたじゃないか。
You said you kind of knew what Seo was going to say, didn't
で
you?
も、ユーマは自分がどんな話をするか言ったことがない。
But he never talked about it before.
つまり、お前が単なる噂以上の情報を知っているように聞こえるんだ。
That sounded like you knew about the contestants way more than what rumors had revealed.
そりゃ大体のことを知っているからですよ。
It's because I hear more things about people than you.
ほとんど覚えてないって言っただろ。
You said you don't even remember any of them. Ooh. He's mad. He keeps getting madder. Chang gulped and briefly kept silent.
上げ足を取るゲームですか。
Are you just trying to nag at what I
今
said?
知っていること、正直に言ってくれ。
You need to tell us the truth right now. Chang key info. Chang seemed to know more about the B-Stars contestants than what the rumors said.
別
This
の
man's
話を
getting big mad. Let's move on to other topics. Dang, we just like, we're up in that booty. Like, this is not good, y'all. This is not good at all. Let's talk about maybe his past history.
ナオトはベリスタの第2シーズンに応募して予選落ちした。
Chang was eliminated during the preliminaries in the second season of
当
B-Stars.
時は笑い物になったけど、今はスタッフに転職して何の未練もないって言った。
He said that so many people had laughed at him that he was no longer interested in a career in music.
本当に未練がなかったのかな。
Did he really lose interest in becoming a musician?
確か逆の話があった。
There were clearly posts that suggested the opposite. The insulting dropouts one. For sure.
以前ベリスタに参加したことなんだけど、
So you participated in B-Stars in the past season.
それが何か。
What about it? This guy.
お前オーディションに未練がないって言ってたよな。
You said you have no more interest in the
な
audition,
のに脱落した出演者を露骨にからかったりした。
but you openly criticized the contestant who were
才
eliminated.
能がないならコネでもないとって言ったりな。
You also said that contestants needed to pull strings if they are not talented.
そうですけど。
Yeah, so?
そんなの未練がないという言葉とは逆の
That
行動
sounds
だ。
like you're still personally attached to the audition. Chang fell silent for some time.
それ僕がユーマの後頭部を殴った証拠にはなりませんよ。
That doesn't prove that I attacked Seo.
分かってる。ただ
He's not wrong.
はぐらかさないで。
I know. I just want you to be more honest with me on this topic. Chang's actions towards the B-Stars contestants, both current and eliminated, showed his unresolved conflicts concerning his unsuccessful past. Get on! Han tried to question other relevant matters, but there was no progress. He is denying everything except his past audition experience. Han felt exhausted by the situation getting nowhere. Nothing we can do. That's when O walked towards Chang. What are you about to do?
一つだけ確かめて終わらせようよ。
Let's do one more and call it a day.
一つって。
What is it?
今まで確かめてないものがあったのよ。
There's something we haven't checked yet. Oh, that bag, huh? All eyes were on O. It's the bag, it's the bag. You have no idea? Min slowly looked towards Chang. Suddenly, Min turned her head to O again. And their eyes met.
レイナさんは気づいたみたいね。
You saw it, huh?
あのメッセンジャーバッグよ。
Yeah,
中に何が
there
入って
it
る
is!
のか見てないじゃん。
We haven't checked what's in the messenger bag.
これを見せろってことですか？
What's your interest in my bag?
ユーマが確かめようって言ってたじゃない。その時は無視したけどね。
Seo demanded you to show your bag before, but we let you off the hook. No, actually, oh, you let him off the hook. Not anybody else.
プライバシーの侵害ですよ。
This is my personal stuff.
ここの出来事と何の関係もありません。ダメです。
My bag has nothing to do with what's going on around in here. No. O tilted her head and took a step forward. Feeling uneasy, Han followed her.
追い詰めるつもりか。
You won't force him to do anything, right?
暴力はいけないわ。
Please think before you do anything physical.
中身だけでもパッと見せてくれないか。
Can't you just show us what's in it?
手帳の内容まで見せなくてもいいから。
We're not gonna read your notebook.
今までしたことは何だと思ってるんです。
After everything you put me through?
いつまでどこまで説明したらいいんですか？
Does this ever end?
ほら、やっぱり怪しい。
See? He's hiding something. Chang lowered his head as O shouted.
少なくとも時間を。ほんの少しでもいいから時間をください。
Give me some time at least then.
なんで？何か隠すつもり？
Ha! Right? Why? So you can hide some stuff from the bag?
今すぐここで見せてよ。
Open it now.
私今本当に混乱してるの。
I'm really confused right now. Han bit his lip and just stood there. Why didn't he hide that stuff before, whatever it is inside? All of Chang's arguments were refuted with various clues. Now that he was requested to open his messenger bag while being cornered, what would happen next will be anyone's guess. Chang took a step back and looked at the group.
みんな同じ考えなんですか？
You guys all agree
何としても僕のバッグを見る必要があるってことで
that
す
my
か？
bag has to be opened? Nobody was willing to give an answer.
めちゃくちゃだな。
This must be a freaking joke.
あんなパシリみたいなことまでしたのにこんなざまになるなんて。
After everything I've done for you all, this is what I get? Chang strongly denied the rumor that he was a stalker and refused to show the contents in his bag. Does he hide something?
そうね。
It seems like it. So you
で
say.
も知ってる？
But you know what?
今の状況、あんたのせいなのよ。
You brought it upon yourself. O moved closer to Chang. Han silently grabbed O's arm.
クニカ。
O,
今まで全部反論しといて、このままじゃ何も変わらないでしょ。
we aren't going anywhere with this if we just leave it at that despite all that refutation. O pushed away Han and took another step forward.
私の目をしっかり見るのよ。
But look me in the
ど
eye.
うしてです？
Why?
そうやって目を伏せてたら、
If you keep your head down,
俺が見られないから。
you won't see this. O suddenly lunged at.
何するんだ？
Oh, wait, whoa, hold on. What have you done? The bag was opened in the midst of their struggle. And the bag's contents spilled out onto the stage. Yes! Oh! A tablet. It was clearly a tablet PC on the floor. There it is, man! You said you only had a notebook in the bag. O's angry shout suddenly just stopped.
写真？
The photos, it's all O, baby! Let's go! No way! Photos and notes were lying scattered around the notebook. There were also documents on the B-Star's contestants. It wasn't just a notebook in the messenger bag, there was also a tablet, photos, and documents about the contestants. He lied about not having anything else.
よこせよ。
Sheesh! Caught in 4K! Give them back! Shake snatched a few things out of Lee's hand.
僕はストーカーなんかじゃない。
I'm nothing like a stalker.
僕じゃなかったらとっくの昔にユーマに持ってかれたはずだ。
Seo would have eaten you alive if it weren't for me.
それを止めようとどんなに頑張ったか。
I tried so hard to stop that from happening. How dare you call me a stalker?
分かってほしいとは思ってなかった。でもこれはひどすぎるだろう。
I didn't want any recognition. But come on, at least show me some respect.
ちょっとあんた。
Hey, you! Blah! Blah! Chang clicked his tongue and ran toward the central corridor. Wait! Han reached out his arm but couldn't catch him. Oh crap. The sound of the closing door echoed around in the ruin. This man ran, bro. What the heck?
行っちゃったわ。
He's gone. Han helped Ode regain her composure.
やっぱりそうじゃない。違うの？
I was right, wasn't I? To be continued. Sheesh. Wow. Chang ain't even here, dog. He's gone, y'all. He is gone.
連れ戻そう
Let's bring him back.
このまま行ったら
You can't just leave like this. Han took a step forward, but somebody grabbed him by the arm.
りょう待て
Han, wait.
今行ったら追い詰めることになる
If we all go together, he would feel threatened.
あっちで犯人が隠れているかもしれないんだぞ
The attacker might be hiding there.
落ち着け誰かが隠れられるような場所はなかった
Relax. There was no place to hide.
今言ったやつが犯人である可能性はないの？
Wait, what if Chang is the attacker?
今までのように何の準備もせずに行ったら
If
大
we
変な
go
ことになる。
unprepared again, we'll be in big trouble.
これ以上証拠が必要だってこと？タブレット見たでしょ？写真もあったし。
What more evidence do you need? You saw the tablet and the photos. That's a good point.
落としていったものをきっちり確かめてみようじゃない。
Let's see what he left behind. Uh-oh. This isn't looking good for my boy Chang. Everyone looked flustered after seeing what was left of the bag's contents. There were memos, photos, and documents on all of the contestants.
俺や他のバン
Whoa,
ドのメンバー
whoa,
たち
who's that?
詳しく調べてる
He did a detailed background check on everyone in my band, including me. Background check clue. It contains the previous history of Han's rock band Masquerade, which was formed in 2013, each member's name, and rumors about their spoiled debut chance.
ライブにも来てたのか
He even showed up at one of our concerts. Ticket for the standing room R section of a band festival held in August 2018. Chang had purchased it. The contact info must be his. You can see the detail using show image. There were also documents on Seo. What? Background check clue. This memo says that he was expelled from school in 2016. It also contains information of his criminal records, victims, their parents, and interviews with his classmates. Notification of the results the committee called in on 2016. They decided to expel the perpetrator of a school violence in accordance with regulations. You can see the detail using show image. Everyone fell silent after reading the documents on themselves.
タブレットも本当怪しい。
I have doubts about the tablet too.
今までずっと電子機器のようなものは持ってないって
Yeah,
言
he
ってたよ
did say that, didn't he? Kept saying he didn't have any smart devices. Tablet was found in Chang's messenger bag.
この時点でユーマを殺した犯人に間違いないよ。
He's obviously the one who killed Seo.
まだはっきりしてないところがあるわ。
Not yet. There are still a few things left unexplained.
とりあえず捕まえとこうよ。
But we need to apprehend him first.
救助隊が来るまでは誰も逃げられない
No one's getting away until the rescue team arrives. Oh, bitter lip and nodded.
ストーカーに間違いない。シャベッターで見たのよ。この写真。
He's clearly the stalker. I saw this photo on Fader.
その時は誰がどうやって撮ったか気になってたのに。
I was wondering who took it. A photo of Han and O, taken in September 2018. Something is written on it expressing doubts about the relationship. You can see the detail using show image.
まずは落ち着くんだそれから次に進もう
Just calm down. Let's move on.
証拠が次々と出てくる。今まで全然気づいてなかったなんて。
There are pieces of evidence leading to one conclusion. Why didn't I notice this earlier?
中央廊下の方に行ったわよね。楽屋かしら。
If you went to the central corridor, do you think he's in the dressing room?
そうだと思いますよ
I think so.
崩れた狭いスタッフ用の廊下ユーマの遺体があるトイレそこには行かないと思いますよ
The staff corridor is small and messy. Seo's body's in the restroom, and I'm sure he's not headed there. The contents of his messenger bag were unveiled. Chang ran toward the central corridor. We saw that unfold. Trust me. Will you tell me everything is going well? Straighten out misunderstandings and everyone is happy. If not, that's gonna be a problem. There were tons of suspicions about Chang. We were split. The staff just ran away. That's no party vibe for sure. Being split is no good. You okay, right? As long as you're okay, I'm good.
俺は大丈夫かって。
Am I okay? That was totally unexpected. Han unwittingly replied to the message. Who are you really, by the way? Yeah, who is this? Why keep sending me messages and advice? Helping me dealing with fake Shin? What? You know what? You don't need to know. Wait, what? No, I can't keep hiding things to you, poor boy. Who are you? Okay, I have a younger sister. She asked me to help you. That's all you need to know. What? When asked why he would like to give a hand, he spoke vaguely that it was just his sister's request. Who is that? You're in a dire situation. Don't trouble yourself with other things. Is it O? You must pull yourself together to get out of there alive. You cannot resolve all doubts in there. Just ignore minor things like who I am and concentrate on saving yourself. He might further resist you, then at least know what you guys are going to say, being in one page, you know? Anyway, take care of yourself for me. Who is that? Han quietly massaged the back of his neck. Everyone's been in shock since the messenger bag's contents were exposed. They shouldn't hurry, and they can't leave him like that either. Okay, let's see what I should do here. Go after him right away or talk with another as to what to do to him and then go after him? Let's go with that one. Save yourselves first. If early intervention is likely to cause a problem, then agree with one another on what to say first. Han's head was filled up with plug holes with ice.
今すぐ追いかけて、それぞれ言いたいこと言っても、結局何も変わらないと思いますよ。
If we immediately follow him and say whatever comes to our mind, it won't be very
まず意
convincing.
見を合わせましょう。
Let's hurry up and agree on what to say to him. O retreated, having saying that no one on her side, or seen that no one was on her side.
今すぐ胸ぐらをつかみたいところだけど。分かった。
Fine, although I feel like grabbing him by the collar.
最悪な状況は防がないと。
We need to avoid danger.
その最悪な状況って、あそこが崩れるか、誰か怪我すること？
By danger, you mean the potential collapse of the dressing room? Or someone getting hurt?
犯人が隠れて証拠を消すこと？
Or the destruction of evidence by the attacker?
私も
Both, I guess.
生きてここを出ないと。本人に聞くのはそれからよ。
We need to get out of here alive so he can tell us what happened. Lee slowly rubbed his hand against his jaw.
遅すぎても困る。
We shouldn't wait too long.
それじゃあ今すぐ始めましょう。
And let's start right away. Well, we're under siege, y'all. So that's all we got for this episode. I truly appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you for all the support. It looks like we gotta find Chang. I don't know where he went. Well, we all are predicting the dressing room, but what is he doing in there? Is he destroying the evidence? Is he gonna come out anytime soon? I don't know, but I guess we'll find that out in the next episode. So I'll see you guys later. Have an amazing day. Peace.
Hope will never die! What they with, oh, they are the day, yeah, yeah, yeah.